Single mammy alert. Single mammy alert. What we gonna call that? SMA? Single mammy. We gotta have like an alarm sound for that. But anyways, here we have a video. It says a single mother cries out about how hard it is to be a single mom. End quote. Sorry. Here the quote says, "My son cries every time I leave him with someone else." Oh my god. I did this video already before on the live stream, but obviously this is gonna be a little bit more refined. You're gonna be shocked in her complaints in why she's crying. And the video is gonna end very what she says at the end is gonna be so ironic. It's gonna be so hilarious. But anyways, let's hit play.
Oh, being a single mom is literally the hardest shit ever. Like, you cannot do anything. I literally got like one side of my weights rack at the gym because I tried to work out, and they're calling me over the intercom to come get him literally after 5 minutes because he don't want to be with anybody but me because I'm the only person with him. But you literally just can't do anything. I'm literally so exhausted from work like 90% of the time, so I don't ever get to do like a good like real workout. And I got him trying to do a workout this evening, and he don't even want to go to the kids' club. This is like the third time I'm trying to take him. He does not like to be with strangers, so it just makes it hard because I can't do anything. The only time I have help is when I'm working, but I can't ever do anything for myself. And the other parent just gets to do whatever they want. Literally whatever. You can go hang out with your friends. You can work out. You can complain about how tired you are, but being a single mom is...
Oh my god. Now, obviously, that's just the first clip. So here she's complaining about her son basically acting like a normal young kid. Obviously, I'm not gonna be some acting like I'm some kid whisperer or I'm good with kids or I like kids myself, but I can tell you that it's normal and actually good that your kid doesn't want to be around strangers. Um, that's very normal. And you should be actually happy about that. And then, second of all, we've created this culture where, forget the single mammy stuff. Like even in a two parent situation, we've created this culture where women can't wait to go back to work and basically hand off kids to strangers, babysitter after babysitter, daycare after daycare. You know what I'm saying? Like this is sick. And we wonder why these new kids, Gen Alpha or us, Gen Z, why we're growing up just weirdos and just effed up or very promiscuous or you know, you got young girls being groomed to become basically online street workers, and you have sons being unattended to and groomed by predatory older women. These are the things that are happening because we are always handing off our kids to strangers, and it's just normal now to do that. Next clip.
You are, but like, look at my life. Like, look what I have to do every single day. I hate even complaining about this because my mom helps me a lot, and I do have.
But yeah, we know that. Especially when they, the single mammies want to go to the club, they want to go to certain festivals to thought it out. They have to hand it off to the mom, and if the mom doesn't want to do it, to another babysitter we go. The mom has to. The mom has to step, or that would be the grandma, I guess, in the situation. They have to step in. The grandparents have to step in, which would be the single mammy's parent or parents. They have to step in if the kid even has to give the kid even a chance to be protected or be around the right people. You know what I mean?
I have a nanny for my son twice a week, but that's while I'm working.
And like I said, it's not always going to be the same nanny. They always got to switch out these nannies, and oh my god, and they wonder why these kids is coming up weird. They're just because at least if you're gonna get a nanny, like what's beautiful, like what happens is like rich people, they'll hire a nanny, but it will be like the same nanny for like in eternity. So like it's the same nanny that the kid saw when he was literally a baby. It's the same nanny when he's like literally 17 years old. It's the same nanny, the same cleaning lady. You know what I mean? Rarely do they have to switch it up, or they make sure they keep a constant. And when they hire a nanny, they hire a babushka type nanny, not like some young 304. You know what I mean? They hire. We're talking about people with money now. Like they actually hire. What's the moose from X-Men? I don't know if you guys ever watched X-Men '97, but I'm talking about the original X-Men show from the '90s. I know they revamped it, But the one that was watching, so basically that moose slash midwife nanny that was watching over Wanda and Pietro, those are the type of nannies or babysitters you're supposed to actually have watching over the kid. And it's like that person be that same person for the next 10 to 15 years. That's how it's really supposed to be. But we're doing things all wrong here.
I'm working 24/7. As an entrepreneur, my brain is in work mode 24/7. And I only have physical help while I'm working. And so it just makes it difficult whenever I need to do things for myself. Like my nails are down to the nubs. My toes are a whole different story because it's like when do I have the time? Where's the time to go and do that? Like I don't have anybody to keep him for me to go sit and get my nails done for an hour. I joined a gym with childcare and he doesn't want to go to the childcare because he doesn't like strangers. I can't do work from home because if I look down for you are, but like look at my life. Like look what I have to do every single day.
Yeah, it's just
I hate even complaining about this.
yeah, like first of all, that's why when we talking about she said she's an entrepreneur, but like entrepreneur of what? So I remember Doug MPA was commentating on it, comment on it. He said, meaning she is a nail tech or a whatever. She just a nails and lash tech. That's what they mean by when the Straggle's talking about she's an entrepreneur. That means she's a nail tech or a lash tech. That's what she means. Yeah, because I'm like, if you're really an entrepreneur, you're actually doing things, or at least in a come up, or you have a plan. Wouldn't you be able to just have a like even if you live in an apartment, you can set up like a gym. Like you can set up like you can buy certain equipment and kind of set things up like say or if you live in a house, right? You can set up something in the garage and then you could just work out from there. But her I already know her her ass thought she could still go to like Equinox or something or one of these places. Like, bruh. And I'm pretty sure because she's still shopping. She's using these vehicles like these the gym and all these stuff. It's not just for daycare. The places with she's still using these places so she can shop for a man. This is why she's really upset.
Because
Oh,
my
let's go to the next clip. My bad.
if I look down for 2 seconds on my kitchen island, and then you got to deal with the other party complaining that you're not being nice to them and cleaning, just cleaning all day, every day. That's literally my life. I needed to let that cry out. It's been a little minute since I've cried. I feel like I've just been so numb to all emotion that I just haven't cried.
That's the thing too. Women will just have random mental breakdowns like this. They just will. Man, I remember when I was working in certain places. It'll be girls that I know. They'll just break down. They'll just break down in the middle of like their shifts, and I'll be like, "Yo, what? You can't even do nothing about because like you got to cover for the for the girl while she's in the back crying over whatever." I'm talking about just random breakdowns. You know what I mean? So that's another thing too. That's why when women come up here start talking that ish, start rah 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 ooh 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 all that ish, acting like they all that and whatnot. It's just like I know these people, and I'm like, you don't have to front. You know what I mean? To put up this image, like you don't have to do that because we all know who you are. But like I said, we let women just. But anyway,
So that did make me feel a little bit better, but it's been rough recently, and he does not want anybody but me, which I love. My mama heart loves it, but my Caitlin heart, myself, um, wishes that he could be okay with the childcare so that I could get a workout in. My son is 17 months old, and
17 months old. Of course, he's not going to be cool with childcare. He's only going to want you and your mom, right? And your what's it, the was supposed to be the grandma, ma. Those are the only people he's comfortable with, and that's natural. Like that's really what's supposed to happen. You're really not if you end up with a kid that's so used to being just passed around like a goddamn football. You know what I mean? And then also I would ask you who's the baby father. I don't know why it's so wrong to ask the obvious. Who's the baby father? Where's the father? And I'll say this: a lot of these 304s, they're afraid to admit they don't. They're not 100% sure. Like they're not one. A lot of these 304s, they don't want to admit this, but a lot of these 304s with kids, they don't want to admit that they are not 100% sure who the father is. They won't admit this because they always want to these hoes. They've been taught. They've been told by their moms and their grandmas, whatever, to date non-exclusively. Always have a roster, quote unquote. That when the 304 gets knocked up, even though she'll be like, oh, I think I'm pretty sure he's the. Most of them are. I will say this: most 304s, they're not 100% sure. I believe that like to. This is how I know there's a lot of 304s out here. If you get if the simple test is this: if you get pregnant, you should be 100% sure who the father is. I'm talking about like 100% sure. To the point is like it's not even a debate. It's not even something you should even think about. If you had to think about it, if you're not 100% sure, that means you a hoe. It's that simple.
This has by far been the hardest stage. If I look down for 2 seconds, of all of it. Hi, babe. The sweetest, but definitely the hardest. And I'm acquiring a lot of mental strength throughout this. But sometimes you just have a little breakdown. Hmm.
I like how she just admitted that I just had a little bit of a breakdown. And now she's just looking at herself like, yeah, that was awkward.
It's a lot. We're gonna figure it out. This is embarrassing. I'll probably delete this later.
She said, this is embarrassing. I probably will delete this later. You think? Yes, you should delete. You shouldn't have done this in the first place. You know, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good. This is why you need a man. But obviously, you didn't think about this when you were doing what you was doing. You know what I mean? Let's check out some of these comments. Let's check out some of these comments. They said, why not just go back to your baby father? That's like I said, that's not. Let's hit a zoom on this real quick. We're going to zoom in on some of these comments. They say, why not just go back to your baby father? Let's see the replies to that. She said, I would rather cry. Somebody else tried to reply in her behest. Jesus, man. It's really a legit question. Why not just go back to the baby father, just work things out with him? But like I said, it is what it is. Somebody say, keep your legs closed until you find a husband then. Well, like I said, it's too late for that. So look at this comment. It said, comments from these men makes me wish we could get y'all pregnant and leave the baby with you. But this kind of comment basically confirms that women are just mad that they're women. That's just like I said, penis envy is a thing. Women really envy, they envy men. And this is why I try to tell men, just be careful with women, because even the most well situated women, they're always mad. They're never happy. They're never satisfied with their situation. And they really envy how men could literally just sit there and just be all right. They could just literally sit there, be on their video games, and it just be all right. Like I remember Bill Burr was talking about how women are basically jealous of men because they'll just watch a football game and just be at peace and just be like, oh, that's not holding. The way Bill Burr did the impersonation was funny, but that's something that I always tell men, just be careful, and you need to be delicate on the emotions if you want to deal with them. That's why I try to limit my interactions with women as much as as much as I possibly can. A lot of this, like there are things that I literally do so I can make sure I'm not really interacting with these people, because sometimes it's like you can't even help it. Even recently, there's a store I go to. There's this girl that's literally she's off her rocker, but I can't avoid it because she's the cashier at this store that I frequent, and she be she likes me, just to keep it short, and I don't have time for this right now. I don't have, and this is how we usually. It's always when I'm not looking for a broad, especially it always happens at places where I'm not looking for a broad, because I understand the ramifications that come with it. Yeah, but these are the things, man. Yeah, but yeah, if you saw her, you'd be like, oh, I understand why. She's off her off her rocker. I like I see her actions, I see how she interacts with people, and I'm like, this girl is cuckoo. If I even touch that, that's gonna be my ass. I'm not gonna put myself through that. Mm. And yeah, she is a BW. Yes, she is a BW, but it's not because she's a BW. It's just it's her actions, man. She's cuckoo. She's straight cuckoo. Anyways, another comment says, I'm a single father. I don't feel for any single woman. Same here. Somebody said, live with your decisions. He said, congratulations. It's called being a mom. That's what she don't get. This like everything that she's describing. That's what being a mom is, and this is why they would make sure people like her would be paired up with a man because clearly she needs a man.